back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I'm excited to get into today's pick a card because today we are tapping into your next date with who, what, and when. We're getting into all of the details of the date and who's it gonna be, when's it gonna happen, that kind of thing. So my Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. Other than that, pause the video if you need more time with the piles. You can always pick more than one pile as well. We've got group 1 with the green stone. Group 2 with the light blue stone. Group 3 with the darker blue stone. And group 4 with the red stone. So like I said, take as much time as you need, but we're just gonna jump right into your next date. All right, if you chose group 1 with the green stone, this is your reading. We're tapping in to get all the information that we possibly can about your next date. What are you going to do? When is this going to happen? Who is it going to be with? So Spirit, let's get right into it. Show me the date. What is going to happen on this date? What kind of date will this be for group 1? Oh my God, we got victory that came up right away, and immediately I heard love and basketball. So some of you guys may be more athletic, or you may not specifically be into group 1, like the super romantic or just typical kind of dates. This is giving me an energy of playing basketball or some sort of sport, going rock climbing, going swimming, or taking a cooking class, taking a class together. This is the type of date where it's like the focus isn't just me and you firing off questions like to each other. This isn't typical. This is very much so like an active environment, and we're both doing something different, and we're both kind of being pulled out of our comfort zones as well. So that's what I'm picking up right away. But we have the victory card that came up, and immediately I had started hearing is we're playing basketball, which is actually, I'm pretty sure, from a different movie, but love and basketball came up right away. We also have silence. So again, I don't see you guys talking very much because I feel like there's so much going on. And for you, you may have gone on date after date after date where it's like, I don't even know what to look for, and I also don't know how to formulate the question so I can make sure I ask the right things. Or when you're meeting someone for the first time, it is uncomfortable, so I'd rather see how do we work together. Or this person could be very athletic, or they could be very much so like someone who likes to do trivia. This could even be brain games. It doesn't have to be physical. We do have the challenges card that came up as well, so the theme is just on point right away for you guys, group 1. I see you guys doing something active and likely something that one or both of you has not done before. So this is like an energy of you guys trying something totally new together, and that way it's an even playing field. It's like neither of us have done this, both of us are uncomfortable. Oh, now I'm seeing what do you call that, with like it's like an obstacle course in a way, but there's different ropes and things like that. I forget what it's called. We have one in my city, and it's like glow in the dark. They do it like after sundown, and then the whole place has all these like lights, and then you do like outside, and typically once you reach the top, there's like this kind of zip lining thing that you can do. If you know, you know. I forget what it's called though. I'm seeing something like that. So regardless, for you guys, I definitely see you doing something active, and I see you being like, you know what, why not? It's different at this point. You know, maybe I will resonate with this person, maybe I won't resonate with this person, but at least I'll be able to say I had a good time on this date, and I didn't have to suffer through appetizers, dinner, drinks, dessert with someone that I just don't feel it, you know, with. And I like this because it feels like you guys are resonating with each other from a heart space. What does your heart say? Take your mind out of it, because your mind has to focus on whatever it is, the activity that it is that you're doing. So you're taking your mind out of it and you're saying, okay, how does this feel? How did I get along with this person? Were they supportive? How did I feel during this date? We have deception, security, and ocean, which is very interesting because ocean represents like those very deep depths and kind of like the scary nature of water. And water represents like the intuition. Water represents the feeling. So in a spiritual way, I definitely feel like this ocean card is telling us, for some of you, you'll be I would not say in the ocean unless you have one like accessible to you, but I feel like this is definitely like going beyond the known into the unknown and into the uncomfortable a little bit. We have security and deception. So there is a false sense of security that you have been subject to that has landed you in relationships or situationships much longer than you had any business being in. Like there's an energy of spirit saying going on a typical date and having someone spend a lot of money on you or show up and look good and da 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 allows you to project what you want in your future onto this person, but it hasn't allowed you to truly feel this person. Like, okay, what did I feel? You go on the date, the restaurant's vibey, the food is good, the drinks are flowing, so you're automatically more loose. There's no challenge there. It's very, very easy to project, oh, this is my future husband, my future wife, this is an amazing person, onto someone you don't know because of all of the things surrounding you, all the components of a date, and they play music and it's just like a vibe. And it's so easy to attach yourself to that experience and think, oh, I like this person. And then you find out months later, you know what? There was nothing special about them. At least not to me. Or even worse, I didn't even know that person to form an opinion on them. You know, so I feel like there's a very quick energy here where it's like you are accepting this date really quick. You may be a little bit of a control freak because I'm getting spirit is highlighting like you saying yes to what's being presented really quick, or you finding like a Groupon or some activity going on and it's like, okay, I know I'm going on a date with this person because we've been trying to set something up, we should do this. It's something very quick and kind of like sporadic. So this is definitely outside of your comfort zone. Let's get a time frame. Spirit, when is this happening for group 1? We got a lot of numbers coming up for you guys. You may be seeing a lot of angel numbers. We got fall. I feel like technically it's not fall anymore. But this could be someone you met in fall. We have wait a little bit longer and think about it. So right away what I'm getting, we got fall, wait a little bit longer, think about it. 18, 12, 15. 12 could represent December. This can happen on the 15th or the 18th, or you could have met someone on the 15th or the 18th. You could have known them for 15 or 18 days, 15, 18 months. As far as the time frame, I feel like spirit has been calling you to get out of your comfort zone, and I've seen a lot of that in our first like, you know, pull to see, okay, what are you going to be doing on this date? So you may be being called to shoot your shot with someone, and spirit's like, I mean, the time frame kind of depends on you. We have think about it. I feel like there may be someone that you're kind of missing contact with, or someone you've been like, someone who's been MIA. And just what you need to invigorate that situation is to go on a date that's outside of each other's comfort zone and doesn't feel too romantic, so you can get back to an equilibrium where you guys are talking again. We're going to see who this date's going to be with next. But tapping in so far, that's so interesting that would come out for the time frame. We got fall, wait a little bit longer, and think about it. Think about it lets me know something on your end is affecting this. This could be a decision that you've been making, whether or not you're going to take a class or do that move or do that thing, whatever it is you've been thinking about or not, because you could be meeting this person there as well. This could be a revelation or an idea that came to you in fall, or something that you thought was going to happen in fall but got pushed back. Let's see who this is. Spirit, who are we talking about here for group 1? Okay, very interesting that these came out kind of sideways. We got the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So this is likely someone who's very either harsh in their communication or very cut and dry. This could be your manager or someone you work with, someone who's genuinely very busy with work. We have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And when I say busy with work, I don't mean that this person is using work as an excuse not to talk to you. I mean that this person is genuinely busy with work. They likely have some sort of accomplishments already when it comes to work, or they could be in school. I would say like beyond a 4-year degree, one of those longer degrees, or a very difficult one, something to do with numbers and accounting. It could be engineering, it could be architecture, it could be something to do with like I said, numbers. But we have the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So it's like, not only is this person a King of Swords, but they're showing up with Ace of Swords energy. Like, this person feels so cut and dry and harsh with their communication. But it could just be that they're dry and they don't use LOL, they don't use emojis. This person probably seems a bit cold and standoffish, always in their own world. If this is like a gym crush or someone you've had your eye on, you may have had like one good time with this person, and beyond that, nothing, silence, because this person is so hyper focused on their like goals, whatever that may be. This could be someone hard to catch. I'm hearing butterfly. Butterflies may be significant to you in some way. We have the Fool card in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. This is almost giving me an energy that this person isn't really aware of you, not aware of you having romantic interest in them. We have the Page of Pentacles, so it's like they're kind of confused by your behavior. With the Hierophant in reverse and the Fool in reverse, you haven't made your intentions clear enough to this person in order for them to like proceed with you. Like Page of Pentacles, there's this energy of leading in a business sense. And if it's like, okay, if you want to have something, you know, business, like if we're talking business, why are we meeting? Like, why are we dating? Like this person, I do feel like this is someone you know already, group one. And I feel like you've really been trying to avoid putting yourself out there, but even tapping into the time frame with Spirit saying, think about it. I do feel like there is someone that, not you've overlooked, but someone that you've kind of given up on because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to. Like it felt too hard, or it's just uncomfortable for you to like make your intentions clear and to step out. I mean, we have the Justice card and the Three of Wands, so that's like an energy of this person is the kind of person where it's like you could hint towards something, but they will refuse to acknowledge it until you say it with your whole chest, you know. And I can be like that sometimes, like really stubborn, because I like a little fluff, you know, talk to me nice, but I don't like too much fluff. And if there's too much fluff in the conversation, I won't acknowledge what you're clearly trying to hint at, because you're too scared to say it. And it just depends on communication styles. I tend to be more very direct, and this feels extreme. It feels extreme because we got the King of Swords and the freaking Ace of Swords. That's like, ugh, very, I don't want to say harsh, but just very straightforward communication. So that's like, this is Spirit kind of saying, or this person kind of saying, put your neck out there and shoot your shot and make it clear what you're talking to me for, and I will respond if you ask me a full question. You know, if you fully set it up, if you're clear with your intentions. But if you want to like just kind of build up the flirtation and then ultimately have me like, you know, seal the deal, I mean, it could happen, but it would probably take a long time, especially with someone who is so focused and someone who isn't very like extroverted and naturally a talker, because it's like it's gonna take a long time for you to build that communication to get them to the point where they are. So I feel like it could happen, like this person could shoot their shot with you first, but you'll likely end up shooting your shot with them. I mean, we're tapping literally into your next date, and I feel like Spirit was a bit ambiguous with the time frame, specifically because it does depend on your behavior. Now, I was picking up on something that had to do with a move, doing something new, or changing a job. That will likely open up love for you as well. But I think Spirit is kind of like, you're in this crossroads in love that will be affected by the other things going on in your life. Spirit's like, think about it. Like, what do you want? Do you want to like really try with this person? Do you really want to see where things could go with this person? If you do, make it clear, shoot your shot, do what needs to be done, and you guys can move forward. You will go on the date. If you don't, then see, and that's the thing, I feel like the situation, this person may be what's keeping you in your current situation, or keeping you in your current job, or keeping you going to this gym, keeping you like, they're affecting you, they're affecting your decision making, but you still haven't made the full decision to Knight of Cups in reverse, make them any sort of offer or pursue them. And so many people are afraid of what it looks like that they don't end up getting to experience like what things could be. I understand not wanting to like feel like you're chasing someone or pursuing someone. But this is really kind of looking like, Jesus Christ, closed mouths don't get fed situation. We got the death card that just showed up here. It's like, okay, if you don't do anything in this situation, I don't see any movement with this. However, like I said, I was picking up on some sort of move that you were gonna make, or some sort of decision that you've been kind of weighing on, that will open up other perspectives. But Spirit's kind of like, you gotta decide. You may be like in a space of analysis paralysis, where it's just like, damn, there's so many different things that I can do that I don't even know what I should do. We have victory and success in the heart chakra, and the crazy thing is these are two totally different parts of the brain that you're using. The part of your brain that receives victory and success is seldom the heart, unless you're a spiritualist, someone who's on a spiritual journey, and you learn through years of experiences to associate success and victory with your heart feeling full. But for most people, victory and success looks like them finally getting what it is that they want, or them getting an opportunity, a job, a person that they've always kind of yearned for. And again, we got the victory card from the first deck as well. But again, these are two different spaces you're operating from the heart or from the mind, and it's kind of keeping you stuck because you haven't followed your heart, because again, your mind is still stuck on the possibilities of this situation here. We have the third eye chakra. Oh, and we have patience and planning that flipped over as well. We have the third eye chakra, and I feel like that's just confusing you even more. Honestly, what I would recommend is following your heart. I really would. I would recommend following your heart. Tap into your heart in this moment and say, what is my heart telling me to do? Is it telling me to pursue things with this person, or is it telling me to move on? Because like I said, I feel like, you know, something in this city, in this job, in this space that you're in is holding you back. And it's this person. And we have the third eye chakra, which I feel like is actually confusing you more. You may have an extremely overdeveloped third eye. If you've been listening to a lot of third eye, or, you know, practicing Mula Bandha, if you've been really focusing on sending energy to your third eye, it may be overactive to the point where you can just see all the possibilities like Doctor Strange in this bit, and it's like, it's just causing you to stay stuck in time because you can't make a decision, because it's like, okay, but this, and it just builds and builds and builds, and you just kind of stay frozen, not deciding because of all of those, you know, probabilities. So we have patience and planning. I think Spirit is really kind of telling you to like literally take a moment to be intentional and to make this decision. I just heard this weekend. Whenever you have a full day or a couple days free, really set your time journaling. And also we have awareness. So work on expanding that crown as well, and opening yourself up to true communication from Spirit. And the communication from spirit isn't going to be spirit saying do this or that. The communication from spirit is going to be acknowledging how you feel about a person or a situation. So sometimes, honestly, when you ask for spirit to help make a decision for you, or you want a yes or no response, it can end up causing you to have someone be revealed, you know, or, you know, having... I'm trying to cover their face because it's like brightening up my camera. But it can cause like some sort of truth to be revealed that's uncomfortable. So just know, like, when you're asking for that higher power to come in and show you things, you're going to see things all right, but it may be uncomfortable. For you guys, your next date, I feel like is going to happen sooner rather than later, but it does depend on a decision that you make. So the date, I would not say is set in stone. We have prosperity begins in power. So spirit is saying the moment you step into your power, you just make the decision that feels right for your spirit. And even if this goes nowhere, like say you go on a date and you realize you've been fantasizing about this person, but you realize like they suck low key. That's going to be such a huge breakthrough for you, because that will genuinely allow you the freedom of associating with people without knowing whether or not they have any value to you. And also it'll show you more of what it is that you need. And as you grow and these things happen, it builds your power and it enables you to truly magnetize what it is you want towards you, because you know exactly what it is that you're looking for. And it's crazy because you hear stories like that all the time where it's like, dude, I just had this aha moment and then immediately what I wanted manifested, or what I needed manifested. And it's like, soon as you come into full synchronicity with yourself, it does affect the outside world. And it does send waves, you know, through your surroundings. So things do start to move and change and happen for you. I really feel like this spread is really about making a decision, but I would say that your next date will be with this person. If I had to say what will happen, I do think that you're going to shoot your shot with them, or do whatever it is that you already know that you need to do to kind of have this progress, or shake things up and say, hey, I got tickets, let's go, let's do this, you know, like put them in a situation where they can just say yes and kind of just move forward. I do see that it'll be something athletic, or, you know, something very different for the both of you, like I said before. And yeah, that's what I got. My Etsy is below in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that was your message today. I'll talk to you soon. Alright, if you chose group 2 with the light blue stone, this is your reading. We're going to be using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot for you today. And we are tapping into your next date, who, what, when, all the details that we can possibly get. So let's jump right in. Oh my God. Let's start with the time frame. Why not? Spirit, when is this going to be happening for group 2? Group 2 with the light blue stone. When is this date occurring? Woo! We got in the next few weeks. You know, to be honest, I did not think something so soon was going to come up in this reading. I don't know why. I just kind of felt like, oh, okay, I don't even know what's going to come up. But you guys, we have in the next few weeks, and don't give up. So there's definitely an energy here of you guys likely working hard. And I'm feeling spirit kind of saying, you can stop working so hard. You don't really need to do that anymore. I mean, think about how much you've been manifesting. If you've really been doing your best to show that you're ready, to show that you have things to give, to show that you know what it is that you want, that you've learned from past experiences, that you can maintain a long-term relationship. If you've been doing all that work and then on top of that, manifesting, meditating, doing all of this, like spirit is saying, okay, give yourself a pat on the back and sit down, champ. Like, you can really relax. It's already done. That's the energy that I get with you guys right away. It is already done. This date is happening within the next few weeks, and it is already done. is what I keep hearing. So I feel like it's a matter, especially with something so soon. Yeah, and we got the winter card coming up. Ooh, we got November coming up. Oh my God. I don't know exactly when I'm posting this. I do believe it's during November, so that's kind of crazy. We do have 01, so I would say that this will happen by January. Of course, for every single person in group 2, it's just not realistic, especially if you don't like really get out of the house much, that you're gonna have a date in the next few weeks if there's like your radio silence. But leave room for miracles and surprises, because if there's anything I've learned in the last year, it's to surrender, because so much happens without you having to do anything, and the things that come in are most of the time surprises that you just couldn't even expect. So we got a little bit of a range here, but I would definitely say soon, within the next 3 months max, because we have January that's come up here. And we got winter, we got November, so everything is kind of like saying soon. So yeah, I get an energy, usually when the time frame is so soon or sudden, it's either because Spirit is specifically bringing this person in. So you may have been manifesting a specific person or a specific kind of person, or this person has already been chosen by the universe if you've been keeping things more open-ended and just trying to manifest like the love that you want. So I feel like Spirit has already got, you know, this person on deck. Spirit has already got this person, you know, planned out for you. It's really just a matter of, okay, when can I get you guys in the same place at the same time? So if anything, at this point, group 2, I would say be open to revelation. Be open to revelation. Spirit is saying clarify that with an animal totem, okay? Yeah, we have the wombat spirit at the bottom of the deck, and at the bottom of this card it says be at home. I don't feel like that's telling you to literally, you know, be at home, but I do think Spirit is saying, I'm hearing home court advantage now. Spirit is saying being in your groove where you're naturally comfortable. This isn't the time. Again, the cow spirit, the miracles are endless, and seahorse, watch and wait. This isn't the time to really, you know, go out of your comfort zone and to really do things that aren't typically your style. So this isn't the time to go out and be crazy and start doing random things. We got the cow spirit, the seahorse spirit, and the white raven spirit. Any of these numbers or animals could also be significant to you. They could be a totem animal for you. It could be a sign for you, your favorite animal. We have number 15, number 53, and number 66. You could be seeing combinations of these numbers as well as angel numbers, but Spirit said clarify, so I clarified, and here we got the confirmation. Watch and wait. Trust in the magic. The miracles are endless is what it says all at the bottom of all 3 of these cards. So Spirit is being very clear, like, you don't need to do anything that you haven't naturally felt called to do. Even if Spirit has been guiding you to get out of the house, at this point, you should be already comfortable with the idea or already have something planned in motion. Like, I already knew that I was going to go to that cooking class next week. So this doesn't mean like get out of alignment, like you've been led to do XYZ, cooking class, salsa class, you know, whatever, and now you're not doing it because it's like, oh, okay, I can just, but this is saying, like, Spirit saying, don't feel like you just have to continue to build and build and build, because that's also going to start to build doubt when you just start to, because then you're going to start feeling like, you know, this isn't, so let me use a personal example. So me, I'm a homebody. Everything I love to do, I love to paint, I love to eat, I love to cook, everything, I love to read, everything that I love to do can be done in my house. And the only time that I really go out is if I'm going like to a craft store and it's like, okay, you're probably not going to meet someone there. It could happen, but you know, and the grocery store or the gym. So I remember a long time ago, I started to get upset every time I would leave the gym and no one would approach me or say something to me. And Spirit spoke so clearly channeled. I was so humbled by this moment, by the way. I had like hair sticking up at the back of my arms. Spirit was like, I never told you that I was going to bring this person to you at the gym. You started going to the gym because you wanted to work on your health. That is why you're there. And just mic drop, just left the room. I was so shook at that moment because I was like, holy shit. I was associating, you know, my journey with what I was doing. I started to think like, okay, these are the places that I go, so this is how it's gonna happen. And love just came so differently than that. And I just felt called to share that because there's an energy here of you guys being like, oh wow, this is fun, so I'm just gonna do more and more and more. But that's also a trap, because then it starts to get you right back to that place where you're still contributing. So Spirit is just like, live your life. If you have been called out of your comfort zone, this doesn't mean crawl back to your shell, crawl back to your home. This means just continue with the regularly scheduled programming. You had already gotten over the hump of getting out or doing whatever you had been called to do. You've already been initiated into following your intuition and allowing, you know, the world to just conspire to help you and make your day better. Continue on that path, you know, continue. It's the climb. It's a journey. All right, so yeah, that's the time frame, and I don't feel like there's anything for you guys to do. Let's see what's gonna happen. Spirit, show me this date for group 2. What are they going to be doing for the date? Okay, first of all, I just heard intimate. You guys, I'm seeing like, I'm seeing those lights, those super cute lights that they hang up like on heated, I guess it's not called heated balconies, but like when you have a heated outside, it's partially outside, but it's heated seating area. I'm seeing that, and then I'm seeing those like cutesy little globe type lights. They're like circular lights that they hang, and they're kind of draped from the ceiling. I'm seeing intimate, and I'm seeing vibey lighting. So it's like, this is a very intimate, and there's a lot of passion and excitement, and I'm hearing temperature, like you can feel this person's body warmth. This romance is going to be a whirlwind. We have power, action, and innocence. This could be an energy of you going on a trip, you going in someone's fast car or a really nice, expensive car, going on a boat, going to their very expensive apartment, being introduced into like something that you've never done before. So like, say you have gone to a lot of bars, but you've never been to a speakeasy where it's literally like the movies. You gotta knock on the door and say the magic code through the peephole in order to be let in. This is like this person initiating you or taking you into an environment that you've never been in before, that has you in this space of innocence and childlike wonder, where it's like, oh my God, this is so cool, this is exciting, this is a little nerve-wracking, but really fun. And you're seeing how much chemistry but power this person has, and you're kind of being taken into their life very quickly. The first date, I feel like, is very intimate and very calm, and it's just very like this person showing you a good time. It feels very romantic, very warm and close. I'm seeing like sweaters and this person giving you their jacket, and like I just see that typical warm kind of experience. And then after that, it's like this person just completely disarms and lets you in. And I can't say at the first date, there's so much chemistry, I can't say that they didn't know that they would do that, but because the chemistry is so like on point. So let's see. Spirit, tell me more about their next date, that first date with this person. We have wisdom. This person may be a few years older than you, or they may be a very wise person. This person knows how to let their money make them money. So they may be super good with investments, or they may have, I mean, investments can mean anything. It could be crypto, it could be properties that they own, it could be like, I was just saw a video the other day of someone who owns a parking garage and makes like a frick ton of money owning a freaking parking garage. So anyways, we have wisdom and healing chaos. This person on the first date, their energy is so calming. You feel so safe and secure with this person, and you also don't feel like they're trying to take advantage of you or, you know, make you fit into any kind of molds. They kind of like, you're seeing that this person is really down to earth. you may have had this expectation that they would be one kind of way because of what you know about them, but when you're on this date, you can see that they're a fountain of wisdom. They have a lot of information. They're not afraid to share ideas. And they're just very, very focused on you. They give you their full attention, phones off the table completely, not preoccupied with anything else. They're very focused on you and looking at you in your eyes, and their love feels so genuine. The connection feels so genuine. And then we have healing chaos. So they truly just have this healing aura, very calm aura. This person isn't rapid fire questions. This person isn't trying to soak up all your youth and all your good information and knowledge and either. They're just very open to you and hearing what you have to say, hearing what you're all about, learning about you, getting close to you. Very, very calm energy from this person. They're so romantic though. Like this person, I feel like they're very, very hot, because it's like, dang, everything about this person really does kind of activate your body and makes you just want to be closer to them and just kind of surrender to them in a way. And then we have the Wonders card. So the feeling that you will get on this date is going to be very different than you've experienced in the past. With the Wonders, it's kind of like you're genuinely shocked at how much you get along with this person, but also what they talk about, what they're all about in general. There's a surprised energy here. You're very surprised by them, very surprised that things are going so well. Oh my God, I'm seeing someone freak out in the bathroom. That is so funny. Oh my God, that is so funny, because that is so specific in like, I see you going to the bathroom and keeping your cool, but when you get in the bathroom, you are in the stall like like freaking out, like, oh my God, I like this person so much. I'm like, that is such a niche thing to come up because it's so specific, but I feel that's cute. Spirit, what else can you tell me for group 2? We have the Tower in reverse. This date is going a totally different way than you thought it was going to go. And I wanted to take a beat and just tap into it, because whenever we have the major arcana, even if it's in reverse, that energy is still here. So even though it's a polarity of the true essence of the card, the energy is still here. So I'm like, okay, let me take a beat. What is this? And what I got is simply put, this is just very unexpected and very different than you thought it was going to be. You had your mind kind of fixated like, okay, this date is going to go this type of way, or this person would be into this kind of thing, or, you know, la-di-da, whatever the specifics are for you. And then it turns out to be not like that at all. And it's genuinely unexpected. And I'm hearing it's about time you receive love. It's about time you have your main character moment where you just kind of get swept off your feet. I'm hearing that not in my voice though. I'm hearing that in someone's friend's voice. Like, I'm hearing that in one of your friend's voice. She may be late 20s, early 30s, or this could be your mom if your mom is still in her 40s. I'm hearing someone very specifically like, it's about time, and really kind of giving you a pep talk and filling your cup. And it just feels so good, because it feels like, okay, this is the person that you always talk to, or this is the person that you're always filling their cup, and you're, you know, coaching them on whatever it is that they're going through, but they're finally like, no, this is your moment. Like, oh, I love it. I love it. And we have the Queen of Swords. Spirit's like, listen, seize the day. I would say, I don't know, it's hard when you set any intention. The best way to do or to move is to go with no expectations and just a clear, positive heart. That's as much as I can say. But with someone that you feel so much attraction towards and passion for, it can be hard to kind of temper your heart. So it's kind of like pointless to say, oh, be calm, where it's like, but I'm feeling this person's energy mixed with mine, and it's a lot. Like, so it is what it is. I don't feel like, you know, I'm not picking up on any sabotage or anything like that. So I'm not, you know, seeing a reason to double down and You know what? So Spirit, I was just going to say, so Spirit, who is this person? Well, they're showing up as the Hierophant. Oh, I love it. We have the Hierophant. We also have the Hangman in reverse. So this is showing up as someone who's pretty sure you're the one, but they're not completely sure. And that's so funny because we get to the date and I was picking up on a very clear, it's like, it's not that they didn't think that you were going to be the one, or they didn't, it's just like they kind of came in with a free and clear heart too. They weren't trying to assume that you were the one for them, or that you were the person that they're like, that they need, because it's like, then that causes people not to be present in the date. And when people aren't present, when you're on a date with them, it's like, okay, we're not actually mutually accountable, because it's like, you've already decided I'm the best thing since sliced bread for you, but you're not actually like paying attention to what I'm saying, because you've already decided that. So we could end up going on multiple dates when we should cut it short. You know what I mean? So this person, it's not that they like the first date is very calm, but it's very passionate. You guys are very excited. I would not be surprised if you guys had a kiss on the first date, or I would say if you want to hold back a little bit, you may still do that. And but you can just cut the tension with a knife. Like, it's so prevalent, but you may resist and like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, this one's trouble. But yeah, they're showing up as the Hierophant and the Hangman in reverse. Spirit, what else can you tell me? Who is this? King of Swords in reverse. They actually let you talk. So as much as this person is established, they're still, I mean, we have the World card and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So it's like, I'm still like showing up and being accountable on this date. I'm not trying to control things. I'm letting you talk. I'm letting you be open. This person is well established, but I feel like that's the most I'm going to get for you guys. I just heard dating app, which I never hear. And me personally, I'm against the apps. I don't recommend the apps, but a lot of people are, and that's the way some people will find love. So I can't just ignore it because I'm not personally into it. But I say that to say I'm never going to mention the apps unless it specifically comes up. And Spirit just said that someone's meeting their person on the app. Not all of you are at all. But I do feel an air of serendipity with your pile group too. So I do feel like this is going to happen by chance, but you're all on your unique path, living your unique lives. And, you know, this is going to happen differently for you. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, so you're probably not going to be meeting this person at work or when they're in work mode. This person could be very different when they're at work, or they may not work in an office. We have the Two of Swords, unexpected. Spirit is kind of saying be open. Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Do not hyperfixate on the how or when or the details. Allow me to handle the details. Trust me, especially if you, group 2 specifically, have been called and led to trusting the universe more and more in the last 3, 6, 9 months, a year. This is kind of, I wouldn't say like the final challenge or the final boss, but this is one of those times where you really do want to like act natural. Do not get out of character and start doing random things. Just really kind of, and we got that in the beginning too, when it came to just your routine and the things that you had already been planning to do, and you know how this is happening in terms of time frame. Same thing with how you're meeting. I'm honestly not getting that. I'm not going to make something up and plant an idea that's going to grow in your head and cause you to like get off track because you're fixated on that. It didn't come up, so I'm not going to make it come up. What I can say is you'll know this person. You'll know. There's no way you're going to miss this energy. Certainly on the first date. If the first date is just okay, I would go so far as to say that is not this person. Because of how much passion there is. But, the how you're meeting them just honestly truly did not come up, but there's no way you're going to mistake or overlook this person. It just isn't going to happen with a person like this. So that is everything that I got. That is what came up for you guys. My Etsy is below. If you want a private tarot reading, my Etsy link is in the description. You can find me there. Other than that, that was your reading, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Alright. right, if you chose group 3 with the dark blue stone, this is your reading using the Cat Tarot for you today. And we are going to get into your next date. Who, what, when, all of that. So let's jump right in. Let's see. Let's start with the time frame. Spirit for group 3. When is their next date? I just heard planted seeds, so this is likely coming after a period of hermit mode, solitude, working on yourself, bettering yourself. Could even just be healing from a breakup. We have changed your attitude. Do not take that personally at all, because especially coming off the heels of me hearing all of that, this is like a change of frequency, and it is a changing of your attitude, but your attitude is changing because of what you now know and understand. I just heard less is more. So there's an energy of you also really challenging yourself to do less, really challenging yourself to go with the flow of spirit and what spirit has been trying to lead you to and work for you and things like that. There's an energy of you really surrendering to the higher power and not being obsessed about anything happening a certain kind of way. So you definitely look at love differently. If you've been the kind of person who's always been making an effort to put yourself out there or to be on the dating apps, you're probably not doing that anymore, because you're like, less attention is more. That means the quality offers that come into my life, and also the I'm getting so many downloads for you. I just heard microaggressions. Every date or experience you had was a microaggression against who you are, so you had to strip out whatever it was that was, you know, causing these little pokes and prods, making you change yourself to fit the masses, when it's like, you're only going to marry one person, be in a relationship with one person unless you're poly. And even then, still like a few people max. So why in the world would you want to appeal to the entire world? You want to appeal to who is truly in alignment with you. So this is all that I'm getting here. I don't feel like I'm telling you anything you don't already know. I feel like this has been a very self-led. I just heard self-taught. You may have taught yourself to do something. It feels spiritual. But yeah, a very self-led process. Initiation, I just heard as well. All right. Yeah, we have you don't have the time and change your attitude. So spirit is saying like you've been hyper fixated on what works best for you and what it is that you want. We did get time is on your side. We also got Pisces season that came up for you, February 19th to March 20th. So tapping into this energy, I feel like, you know, honestly, I feel like, and we'll see from the date and what else comes up from the tarot, but I feel like this is going to happen in a way where you're just living your life, and it's like this literally just, this person just drops and falls into your lap. We have don't wait and longer than you expect. So I feel like you may have gotten a reading and a reader told you that this was going to come in significantly sooner, or you expected love to had been here. You click the video and you're like, yeah, but the when? Yesterday. It should have been happened. So over it. There's an energy here of you feeling like someone like me definitely should have been able to attract, you know, someone of value by now. But I feel like the root of what you've just discovered is that you're a very unique and layered person, a multi-dimensional being person. You need someone very specific to you, and I feel like you may have even superseded that. Like, okay, I don't just want a good guy, a good girl, someone who can fit the mold. I want my person, the person who is gonna see this thing, you know, through with me all the way until the end, because they're my person. So I feel like that's what kind of widen the time frame, but still I feel like things are still happening rather soon here. We got January, then we got February and March that came up for Pisces season, so I would say this is going to come in before spring for you. We got number 10 and number 13. You could be born on the 10th or the 13th. Your birthday could be in October, the 10th month. And you could end up meeting this person on the 10th or the 13th, so look out for that. You may be seeing a lot of 1010 or 313, 303, combinations of 3s, 1s, 0s, other numbers as well, 321, 1234. You may be seeing those kind of angel numbers. Joanne Sacred Scribes is the only angel number website that I trust. It's one person who runs it. She's like dedicated her life to it. And they're super, super detailed. It's not like, you know, when you go on, I just hate like the angel number stuff that you find online. It's like they all say the same thing. Life is getting better. Your angels are watching out for you. You've done your part. Like just these very generic answers that don't really get to like the tea of what the numbers are really saying. So I love that website. Joanne Sacred Scribes is the website. But for you guys, okay, so the time frame for you, group 3, I would definitely say before spring. So it could happen sooner rather than later, but I definitely feel like the time frame has been affected by this internal change that you've gone on, or this internal change that you're going to go on in the near future. Because it's crazy, because I feel like the longer than you expect is also talking about how long it could have taken if you continue to ignore the signs, or if you can continue to put off whatever it is that you had been called to do, whatever it is that Spirit has been showing you and telling you. Spirit, for group 3, show me their date. What are they going to be doing on their date? Ugh. Spirit, what are they going to be doing on their date? We have autopilot, so you guys may be going on a very simple date. You may be the kind of person where it's like, honestly, just dinner and, you know, or picnic, or, you know, a movie, something very simple, because you may have sensationalized people due to your experiences that had too much involved. Like if you did something like too fun, you may have almost associated like that night with that person, like it's them that I like, when really it's just like you just had a good time. So this may be very simple. Your very first date with this person could literally be over coffee, or you guys going on a walk. Very, very simple. We have autopilot. It's just like, I want to get to know this person. And then we have beliefs and traditions that just came up. So it's like, I need to focus. I need to see you clearly. Yeah, we have confusion and fears. There's an energy of you wanting to go on a very simple date with this person, because it's like, oh, we got the soulmate deck at the bottom of we got the soulmate card at the bottom of the deck. So like I was saying before, it's like you're looking for your person. You're not just looking for some void filler, someone who can do the job, make you happy. Like you're looking very intently, and you're being very specific and involved in this process. Beliefs and traditions is an energy of like, I don't want to associate you with this good time that we're having, or I don't want all this fanfare outside. I need to know what your beliefs are, what your traditions are. Are you religious? What religion do you serve? What do you expect out of me in relation to your religion? Are you expecting me to convert or live a certain lifestyle with you? Do you want kids? Do you want to travel the world, or do you want a stable home base? Are you a homebody or an introvert? Are you an extrovert? How many friends do you have? What type of time do you spend with your friends? What do you like to do for fun? You're asking those very specific questions to really get to know someone. I don't feel like you guys are leaving it too open-ended these days. I feel like you guys are trying to be really intentional. Like, are we foundationally a match? Because you're looking for your forever partner, the person who's not going to turn away, or the person who's not so overstimulated that they can't commit to anything, the person who doesn't know what they want. Like, so you're being very simple. It's like, okay, yeah, who doesn't love a good 2-for-1 special? Not only am I going on a date, but I'm also doing something really fun. Like now that's a bang for your buck. But you're like, we can keep it cute, because I don't want to be sitting here all night with you either. We can go for coffee and go on a walk for our date, and the date can be focused more on the conversation and genuinely getting to know each other. So I just get a very simple energy here. We got confusions and fears, beliefs and traditions, and autopilot. And I also get this energy of you guys kind of honestly being on the brink of giving up. And I feel like that's why Spirit is saying, don't wait. Surrender to this change, or what the universe is guiding you to do, because that is going to put you in position to meet your person. But I do feel like there's a big breakthrough that for some of you has happened all year. So it's been a process, and you know, there's been highs and lows, and it's kind of unfolded slowly but surely. And for some of you, it's just going to be like this rapid transformation that you're going through around this holiday season. I just saw 10:10 on the clock, which I was saying before with the 10 that came out, and it's just that rapid transformation that's putting you in alignment with this. But Spirit is really like saying follow your intuition, and not follow your intuition in a generic, open-ended kind of way, but when that thought comes in and you feel that in your spirit, like, ooh, I know Spirit is telling me to do this, just do it. Even if it doesn't seem related at all to love, just do it. Spirit, what else can you tell me about the date? We have the Secrets card. Okay. You may be holding in a secret. You may be a parent and you're holding that back. We have the Rejection card, secrets and rejection. So there may be something that you deal with, something that is going on with you in a body sense. Like maybe there's something that's unique about your body that you have to really know if this is a safe space or someone who's going to be in your life long term before you tell them, or you have a child or some sort of condition, something that you're kind of holding back. Yeah, that's coming up. You may have been really nervous about that, like really trying to get revelation about that, like, Spirit, what do I do like when I'm on the date? And let me cover their faces. Every time my camera focuses on faces, it just brightens up like times 20. But yeah, I'm just picking up on that. Spirit is kind of saying there's you holding back, but we did get breakthrough, which I was literally just saying, and then we have movement here. So your meeting, this really kind of feels like, I don't want to gas it. I don't want to gas it and say, oh, you're meeting the one, but it does feel like you're meeting a very stable person who is willing to work with you. It feels like you're meeting the person that you've kind of been waiting for, in the sense of, okay, can I be vulnerable to share this information that kind of puts me at a disadvantage or makes me vulnerable with this person? Like, say you're a single mom, you know, not everyone feels that, but some people do find that once people know that you have, it's either like people feel like you're at a disadvantage, so they feel like you should be catering to them, or people may run away, like whatever it is. I do see you, group 3, meeting someone who is, you know, kind of perfectly in alignment with, you know, whatever you would consider to be your baggage, or whatever would put you at a disadvantage, or, you know, you would have to be very vulnerable to share. I do see you meeting a person who can understand that, and someone who's still ready to move forward, breakthrough, movement, someone who's like, that doesn't hold me back. So I'm not saying tell them on the first date XYZ, but I am sensing that you're feeling that safety, like, ooh, this is a person I could share my secrets with, and someone I could really, you know, let know what I'm all about and what I've experienced and what's going on with me. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords. So yeah, you guys are, it's looking like you're opposed to anything that's too much fanfare, because the 3 of Cups is like a card of celebration. So that could be weddings, events, concerts, you know, anything where there's a lot of people and there's a lot of action, and you guys are just not with it anymore. At this point, it's like Queen of Swords. Don't get me wrong, I'm a lover. I can be very compassionate. You know, I have a big heart. I'm ready for love, and I can have fun. Okay, trust. We're gonna have fun, but we got to build this solid foundation first. And I just don't feel like you guys are compromising that. And that's something that you've definitely compromised in the past before you got to this point, because that's kind of what caused you to say, okay, I'm just going to surrender to this breakthrough. Obviously, Spirit is leading me in this direction. I'm going to, you know, move forward with this. Spirit, what can you tell me about this person? We have the 7 of Cups and the King of Swords. Ooh, I love it. So this is a true pair here. This is a true pair, but you got options, and I feel like that's the best way to do it. With the 7 of Cups, it's like you may be rotational dating at this point, not taking anyone seriously, not associating people with a high level of value until they prove to you that they're valuable and that they're really putting in the work and doing the most to keep this relationship and maintain you. You're not associating them to be a, you know, even it can be a true pair. You're still not looking at them like, oh, you're the solution to my problems. I just feel like you guys have lived too many, you've lived too much life and dated too many people to have that fantastical kind of view at this point anymore. Okay, King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So they like to keep it direct as well. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell me about this person? We have the Hangman, which is good, so they're ready. We have the Moon at the bottom of the deck, so you're likely not going to see this coming. Something about the Moon may be significant. This may happen around a specific moon phase for you. We have the Hermit and the Two of Cups in reverse. This person is scared. This is like someone who's been tricked or bamboozled in love, and they've managed to open themselves up to love again. This feels like a very sweet, genuine kind of person, maybe a little bit nerdy or a little bit kind of like, I don't know, I guess just out of touch with like dating or style or something, but definitely like something easy to overlook when it comes to everything that they do bring to the table. But yeah, Two of Cups and the Hermit, that's like scared. I feel like this person has been taken advantage of in terms of their money before. This person may have been on a dating site where it's like, okay, I ain't even gonna hold you. I feel like they may have been on a dating site. Okay, come in, because I'm gonna tell you a secret. I feel like they were on a dating site for sugar daddies. And then somebody had took all their money and then they had got mad. Listen, I didn't, okay, keep that low key. That may have been their experience, because it's just giving me like I'm scared to love because of my own doing. Okay, anyways, we have the Magician in reverse and the Strength card. So this is a relationship that is a grower, not a shower. This is going to feel like a very solid person to you, but it's not going to be very magical. And I feel like that is the experience. You know, a lot of spiritual people say like, go for the opposite. Like whenever you see society is trying to get you to focus on one thing, look in the other direction. Like, what are you trying to distract me from? So, you know, with all these Disney movies and media showing us like all these loving couples where it's like, oh, they're all over each other, they're out of control. And that's what love looks like, when really love looks like showing up every day and not leaving after an argument, or not being so overstimulated that you can't show up and you can't even be present in this relationship, or really, you know, putting in that work even when you're uncomfortable and you'd rather have your cup filled, filling your partner's cup, that sacrifice, that dedication. So Magician in reverse, this isn't a relationship that you can force, but you also don't have to. Whenever you try to force it, you may find that things start to go wrong. And I feel like that's just the, like on the heels of whatever was going on with your time frame that led you here, because there was clearly some sort of spiritual path or surrender that you were initiated into to even get to this point. With the Strength card, what I love about them is they show up every time. They show up every time. We have the King of Cups. Wow, they have a lot of love to give. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Temperance in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse is giving me an energy that you're not making a heavy investment right away. You may have planned birthday parties or done the most for people that you had feelings for in the past, got them elaborate gifts, very heartfelt messages, you know, created this whole world for them that they could just live in wonder, and received very little or nothing in return, but some whack D that they didn't even, let me not even go there. Sometimes I just be wanting to rant, but I'm gonna save that for another day. And so you're coming in without the heaviest of investments. I see they're pretty much on that as well. Eight of Pentacles in reverse is like, I only have enough funds for my wife, my husband, my long-term partner. I have a down payment on a house for us. I have a car payment for us. I have money for all the bills, but all that fancy extra that you just want, that's not what I'm bringing to the table. That's not what I'm offering. I'm not wearing that on my sleeve. So we have the Temperance card in reverse. They're kind of, and it doesn't surprise me because you both showed up as the King and Queen of Swords, a true pair. They have a lot of love to give you, and they will treat you like royalty. They really will, but from a heart space, non-materialistic kind of way, unless you guys are, you know, engaged, married, in a long-term relationship when we're talking anniversaries and holidays. This isn't just the person that's going to ice you out and just they're not with the buffoonery. They're really like, okay, listen, I got our payment for a house, and that's something that your ex did not give you. They gave you a chain and then you found out it was fake. Okay, remember that. Okay, put some respect on my name. Okay, because I have a lot to offer you, but it's not gonna look super magical and fantastical, but it's real and it's solid. Spirit, what else can you tell me for group 3? We have accept and receive. So Spirit is saying you will receive a lot from this person though, and it's going to be very different than what you have experienced. So if you haven't experienced very much positively from masculines, feminines, people you've dated in the past, this is going to be a challenge for you to receive what they are giving you. And it may be that love, because King of Cups is very romantic. And we have make a mission statement for your soul. So this is a great time to set some intention to make a mission statement for my soul. I am going to be open to love in whatever form it comes. I am going to come into my next relationship with a clear and free heart and pure intentions. Whatever it is that you really feel like you need to focus on or work on, or whatever it is that you really want to challenge yourself to do, set that mission statement, set that intention right now, so that once it comes in, you've already made the decision that you're surrendering and that you're open and that you're being a team player and that you're really looking for the right things. You're not on either side of the spectrum too much. You're not being too loving, but you're also not being too cold, but very balanced and ready to receive. So that is what I got for you guys. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that was your message today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 4 with the redstone, let's get into your reading. We're going to use the Santa Muerte Tarot for you guys today, and we are tapping into your next date, okay? Who, what, when, every detail, your next official date. Okay, Spirit. Trying to decide which deck to start with. Let's start with the time frame, actually, I'm hearing. You guys may be really feeling like something around time. Time is slowing down, time is speeding up. Time may have been really weird for you guys lately. It's like a knee-jerk reaction for you to say, okay, when? But it's almost like you have learned in the last year that, I don't know, time isn't real, like on some Matrix type shit, or like yeah. There's an energy, well, we have time is on your side, and whenever I get this card, typically Spirit is coming in saying this could happen any day now. It's really just a matter of when I get you in the right place at the right time as the person, you know, you'll be going on a date with. But we also have focus on yourself, so there's an energy of Spirit just not wanting you to focus on time, and if you start to hyperfixate on time, it may send you back to that place that you were in that made you probably go down the wrong path, get interested or wrapped up in some things that were very negative, even like binging tarot and just like this obsession of when and the details and you know, playing every single role when it's like you're the main character. Okay, you got to let the director direct, you got to let the side person do this, you got to allow the universe to conspire to literally give you what it is that you want. You can't do everything. So I feel like Spirit is really, whenever I feel like you guys start to worry about time, I get this Saturnian energy where it almost feels like a punishment, where you get some sort of minor but karma for even inquiring. Like it feels very like, geez, like a bit much, but we're going to keep going forward. I do see that time is on your side though. Time is in your favor. We have Taurus season. We have 01. This can indicate January. You could be born on the 1st. I just heard 0101. So this could be something happening on New Year's Day. But we do have Taurus season. So it'll be here by the end of Taurus season, April 20th to May 20th. In the distant future, I did receive those. So again, I don't feel like that's necessarily true, if I'm being completely honest. I don't feel like that's necessarily true unless you are an introvert, which I will be doing a reading soon just for the introverts to see like, okay, what's gonna happen for you, for the people who like don't leave their house and people who are super introverted, so look out for that. But yeah, tapping in for you guys, honestly, it may not be a realistic. You'll know if that's your situation or not. If you're like, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty accurate, I don't give out very much, I don't meet very many new people, fine, you're probably more accepting of the time frame. But if that feels very uncomfortable and triggering for you at the time frame, saying, okay, this could happen as far as, you know, May, which when you think about it isn't that long, but it can still feel that long when we're talking about a date. You know, that may be very triggering, but I feel like this can happen sooner rather than later. So the message that I'm getting overall is really keep your heart, your mind, your being open to just best case scenario. If you stay focused on best case scenario, you will that into your reality. But I feel like that's even a step lower than manifesting from the 5D, because that's 4D. I always use the example, it's like you're a 3D being, right? So if you draw something, you're drawing a two-dimensional thing, a painting, a picture, a drawing that is 2D. And from the 3D, yes, can you draw? But can you draw everything? No, because as you grow in that second dimension, it still gets really challenging, even from a being that is in the third dimension, the dimension above. It can still take years of mastery to learn how to perfect the 2D. So it's better to surpass the 4D, which is the 3D plus time, into the 5D and manifest from there. But the 5D requires a lot of trust, knowing, and patience, which doesn't feel heavy at all when you're truly in the 5D. But to get to the 5D and supersede, woo, you're gonna go through that whole process of truly letting go, and it can feel very, very hard, but eventually there's a surrender. So anyways, let's see what the date is going to be. That's what I got for time for you guys. I would say it can happen January. It can happen sooner rather than later. Time is on your side, but Spirit is not wanting you to focus on time, and it feels just a little touchy. Like I said, I was getting a little Saturnian energy. Listen, I'm not going to bat for Saturn with y'all for no reading. It's just not happening. Okay, I'm not finna be getting my edges ripped out by Sister Saturn because y'all want to fool around and know the time so bad. So let's see what the date is going to be. Or not the date. Oh my God. Let's see what the date. Yeah, the date. The date. The other date. Ooh. We have the key and we have love. I just got an energy of a scavenger hunt, which is really cute. Also, I'm picking up on doing different things in the same day. You guys may have a walk on the trail, then you may go to the pizza spot by their house that's really good, then you may go to a little exhibit, and then you may have a squirt gun fight in the park. There's like an energy of you guys going like around the city. Or also I'm seeing there's this game that usually couples play, and they'll, I don't know how exactly you do it, like but I think it's like rock, paper, scissors, and then whoever wins that round gets to choose appetizers and then drinks and then dinner and then dessert, like that. You guys may do something like that, but I'm seeing you go to like multiple places or do multiple things. So you could be, oh, now that's funny. Spirit's got a sense of humor today. No, Spirit didn't say it could be a buffet. Spirit, you stop that. You stop that right now. Not the buffet. I am dead. The way the guides communicate, when you really tap in and like completely demystify them, like they're these higher dimensional beings that only speak in symbols, they will really play in your face. Like, that is funny. Anyways, let's keep going. I'm seeing you guys do multiple things on your date. Not the buffet. But you could go to a buffet. What I was getting though was something like a melting pot. I don't know if that's like regional and just somewhere in my area, but we have this restaurant called the Melting Pot, and it's basically like a bunch of different fondues and cheeses and things like that, and they give you all these little like tapas, so these little appetizers, and you dip it in the, you know, different fondues and things like that. It could be something like that. We have the unknown, we have earth, and we have distance, so it may be a little bit of a drive. I just heard 3. It could be 3 hours away or an hour and a half away. And then we have Earth here. So again, that's like an energy of being in the trail, going on an adventure. This could be you guys going on a hike if you guys are active, and you know, there's an ice cream spot by the end of the hike or whatever. There's like an energy of you guys waking up, going on a hike, seeing the sunrise, then going to lunch, and then I see it being like a day. It's not just a date. Your next date is really going to be like an experience. There's multiple things happening in the day, and a lot of places you're going you've never been, if any, with that unknown card. But it's going to be really unexpected and kind of a surprise and a bit out of your comfort zone, because again, you haven't been here, you don't know this place, or you don't know, like, you know, you're really being kind of like treated and taken out, and someone's like wooing you and showing you new things. So there's a different experience. We also have the Detachment card. So you guys may have been on dates in the past where you always had to plan everything, and this is like a date where you can literally just relax and have fun. Like, there's an energy, if you're like a single parent, or if you have kids or responsibilities, you're used to always being in charge in the workplace. If you're like, you know, someone who's a boss, a manager, whatever, you're always, you know, leading other people and making sure everybody else is doing their job. And in this experience, this person is just working out everything for you. So that'll be really nice. And then we have the Key and the Love card here. So you guys are really finding yourself to be very fond of this person. There's a lot of like adoration that you can feel in your heart just off of the first date with that love energy. It's like, wow, I feel like I love this person already. And with the Key here, they're very much so like honestly kind of in control, and you're unlocking new experiences, and the state is just very different. I am gonna cackle about the buffet after this reading is over. I'm dead. We got the Clarity and Limbo cards here. So there's some sort of weight, and I do feel like that weight is associated with the timeline that we were getting into before. It's like, dang, you've really been feeling like you have been in limbo since you have been waiting. I can't even say like the origin of this. I just feel like you guys have been waiting for a long time. Maybe you've gone through a change and you really thought that if anything, that change was going to make the love offers pour in, but it's almost had a reverse effect, where people have been intimidated from you, not approaching you, not trying to talk to you, not trying to date you, or, you know, if it's been a spiritual transformation, I know how that goes for sure. It's like you go through this big spiritual transformation and you think you're going to attract positive things like a magnet, which you do. But through that process, you know, there's a lot of surrender that happens. So you're learning to love what you have because you're not fixated on the future. So, and again, that's that like kind of 5D consciousness. Spirit, what can you tell me for group 4? Who is this person they're going on a date with? But yeah, it feels like a long time coming. And with this Clarity card, I feel like you're also getting clarity on other people in a way. This person, you guys may be having a very deep conversation, and you're getting the perspective of how men view women or women view men, or just the other perspective of their side of things and the journey that they've gone through to get to this point. And it's very interesting. You're realizing why the wait was as long as it has been. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse and the 5 of Cups in reverse. So you don't really have time to slow down on this date, but at the same time, you feel very comfortable and free. And I feel like you feeling that way is very telling, because if you're used to being in control, it's not even an uncomfortable thing after a while. It becomes like what you prefer. I would prefer to plan the date because that way I don't have to worry about being somewhere I don't want to be, or I prefer to be in, you know, control or be in the lead because that way I can make sure things happen in the way that's favorable to me. But it's just like you guys are kind of on the same wavelength. Spirit is highlighting wavelength. You may have been looking at different emotions and how they vibrate recently, because Spirit's like showing me the scale of different emotions and their vibrations. But but yeah, you're on the same wavelength on this person, and it just feels easy. We have the Page of Wands in reverse and the Six of Wands in reverse. This is giving like nothing to worry about, no room to complain. I don't see you having to pay for anything, and I don't see you having to plan or worry about anything. Transportation is taken care of. The financial aspect is taken care of. This person is just kind of like, you know, you're their adventure buddy for the day. Spirit, can you show me who this is for group 4? We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. You do not know this person. You haven't had any interaction with this person. Two of Pentacles is kind of like this energy of you had really thought it was going to be someone else. You really thought it was going to be a gym crush. You really thought something was going to develop. Not to say that it won't, because we're not tapping into that. We're tapping into your next date specifically. So like say you do have a work crush, but you don't end up going on a date, but you still end up hanging out, you know, with a group. That doesn't mean that that won't happen. Like, just know that this isn't influencing other timelines, but you would have thought the next person you would have went on a date with, there's like this energy of you already assuming the next date I go on is going to be with this person, but it turns out not to be. This date that we're tapping into today is someone you do not know. The Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor, which is why Spirit is like, listen, time is on your side. Focus on yourself, because I am very clearly bringing this to you. And also I just heard you may go on a date before this, but Spirit is focusing on this person because they are going to be significant to you. This is someone you're going to move forward with. You could go on a date and the date sucks. You could go on a date soon and it gets cut short. You could go on a date and just realize, dang, I really gassed this person up in my head, but they're a shitty conversationalist and I wish I just stayed home. Like, Spirit's not going to bring that up and waste your time. We're focusing on something that's going to go somewhere, have a major impact on you, your life, your romantic timeline, your situation, not some Yahoo that's going to be in and out. So you could still have experiences. Yeah, we got the Page of Cups. You could still have experiences in the interim, but Page of Cups is really kind of like, ooh, I like this. This is definitely still talking about this date. Page of Cups is like, this is very new to me, very different and foreign, almost like I can be kind of childlike here. And it's weird not to have any responsibility. We have the Sun card in reverse, so the date may even make you feel a way. You may feel like, oh, you know what, I was just listening to this lady's video the other day, and she was talking about her experience with her husband. She's been married for like 13 years, and she was saying how the first 3 years of her relationship are really hard. And she would tell her friends about, like, so she used to be super hyper independent. She was married before and to a guy who was super lazy, didn't do anything to contribute. So she's coming from a super hyper independent place, and to kick it, the kicker is he cheated and took the girl around in her whip. It's just crazy, the audacity. But anyways, she was talking about how she would be telling her friends, like, you know, my husband won't allow me to grocery shop, or not won't allow you, she can do whatever she wants, but she's like, my husband does the grocery shopping for us, and, you know, he would come home and he would be like, hey, I saw that your Starbucks card got low, so I put, you know, $50 on it, whatever. And she would just be like, yep, thank you, okay, all right, not even thank you, just like very short. And she talked about how she had to get out of that hyper independent space where it's like someone is doing things for you and you are triggered by it, or you see it as just a means of them trying to control you. And she would talk to her friends, and her friends would be like, yeah, he's a narcissist. He grocery shops for you in the house. Are you serious? He takes that responsibility off your plate. He's not letting you work while you're pregnant. It's just crazy. And it just goes to show, like, when you live life a certain way so long, you won't even receive things in a healthy way, you know, when you're so used to certain things. So we have the Sun in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse and the Page of Cups. I see you feeling like, yeah, this is really nice, you know, this person, they seem to be really cool, but I don't think that I'll marry this person. Maybe you don't feel the spark or that passion or that super strong sexual attraction, or maybe you just are like, they're just trying to woo me. No, you're not trusting them. Regardless, Spirit is really challenging you to continue. Like, even if you grumble about it, continue. I have this thing that I say to myself on repeat when I'm on the treadmill. I just say, use your feet to drive you forward, because it's like, just as long as your feet keep going, you can be mad, but just keep, like, use your feet to just keep going. And I set all my focus on my feet, that they just keep moving, and as long as they keep moving, I'm still burning calories, I'm gonna reach my goal, and then I can go home and I can grumble about it on my way back to the house. There's that energy here where it's like, okay, you don't even have to be happy about it, but just keep moving. We have the Chariot card in reverse at the bottom of the deck, and the Chariot is all about moving forward in balance. So there is some serious resistance here, you guys. There really is. And I feel like it all stems from control, whether it's wanting to control the time or how this person makes you feel or what it is that you do. And Spirit is really trying to get you into a higher consciousness, into that 5D consciousness where you can manifest so much more, so much easier, but in a sincerely different way. Very different. We have the Empress, so you're very deserving. Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is the time to open up and receive, you guys. And, you know, being the Empress for you has been such a different experience. Like I said, I feel like you guys are, a lot of you are people who have accomplished a lot. My Empresses, my bosses, my hard workers, my hustlers, my finessers. And it's crazy how, you know, you've kind of tricked yourself into associating your receiving with what you've worked for. Of course you're receiving. You worked for it. That's not true, like, receiving, though. Receiving is when someone is giving something to you, not when you've necessarily earned it or worked super hard for it or hustled for it. So that's just the due, like the due payment for what you've worked for. But this is true receiving. So it's going to be very different. We got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. You guys get it, you know. Hanged Man in reverse, there's some resistance. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, you're denying yourself true wealth. And Ace of Pentacles, missing out on a really big bag for yourself. I don't feel like you will miss out on a really big bag for yourself now that you have watch this reading. But we do have the High Priestess in reverse, so it's going to be very unexpected. Either the timing or the package or the way that things play out, something about this is going to be very unexpected, but to be received nonetheless. Like, this blessing really said for you, okay? So yeah, you guys, that is what I got for you guys, group 4. My Etsy is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is everything that came up for you today, so I'll talk to you soon.